The next set of the equations that we're working with is going to be our inequalities. The first two are just one, and then the next ones are the systems. The special thing with inequalities is they can have a solid or dashed line. If it has the equal to underneath of the line, it's going to be solid. And that we're going to be graphing them just like we would graph any other linear function. So we're looking for the slope and y-intercept. This one's already in the y-intercept form, so I just need to identify those two pieces. So my slope is 2 over 1. That tells me I'm rising 2, running right 1. And my y-intercept is at 0, 1, just like we were doing in those first problems. And so I started off with that 1. I rise 2, go right 1, rise 2, go right 1. And I can go backwards. Again, we're not doing the absolute value this time, so it's going to be a straight line, not a V. So I got to keep that pattern. I'm going to draw on the line using a solid line with arrows on the ends. Now the last thing I need to do is we need to figure out where are we shading. Are we shading above or below? Less than means I'm going to shade below the line. And so that means I'm going to shade over here on this side of my inequality. Above and below that x-axis on this side. That means anything over there is a solution. Worst case scenario is think about where if you're having troubles deciding, find your y-intercept. Less than means lower than that point. So if you're having trouble deciding where's the less than, look that way. Let's do another one. So y is greater than, there's no bar, so that means that we are going to do a dashed line of -3/5 x minus 3. And so my slope is to fall 3 and go right 5. I start off at my y-intercept at 0, -3. So on this one, I fall 3, go right 5. And if I was to mirror that, that's going to be rise 3, go left 5. Or not mirror that, if I was to follow the image on the other side. Now this is a dashed line. There's a couple of different ways you can make a dashed line. You can just do it like what I'm doing, hashtagging it all the way, or putting dashes all the way across it. Or you can go back and erase. This one says I'm greater, so that means above. So I'm going to shade everything above that line. Now we have two that we need to figure out. So let's take the first one. Y is less than or equal to 2x plus 2. My y-intercept on this one is 0, 2. My slope is 1 over 1, because there's no number here, so I understood that it's going to be a 1 over 1. So this is a barred line, so that means it's a solid line. Go to 2, and then I'm just going to go up 1 over 1. And down 1 over 1. And I am going to go ahead and draw in that line. It needs to be solid. Put the arrows on the end. Now I'm going to do the next one. Y is greater than or equal to 4x minus 1. My y-intercept is 0, -1. And then I am going to do my slope of 4 over 1. That means rise 4, right 1. So if I go up 4, go right 1, oops, excuse me, I went up 5, up 4, right 1, down 4, left 1. And then again, this line is solid. And so I've got to figure out where would shade both those two places. So is it going to be in one of these 4 spots? So I need to be greater than my red line, or excuse me, less than my red line. So that means below my red line and greater than my green line. And so I'm trying to figure out where shades with both of them. The region that would shade both of them is that region 3. And so it's anywhere that region 3 touches. Doesn't matter if there's an axis there or not. Let's do this next one. So on the first one, y is greater than -2/3 x minus 3. My y-intercept on this one is going to be 0, -3. And my slope is to fall to right 1, or excuse me, right 3. And so at 0, -3, fall to right 3, and then to go backwards, rise to left 3. And then draw in the line that fits that. And put the arrows at the ends. Now let's do the other equation. Y is less than or equal to, oh, and that was a dashed line. Y is less than or equal to x plus 2. So my y-intercept is 0, +2. My slope has a rise of 1, right 1. Oops. 0, 2, rise 1, right 1. And then fall 1, left 1. This one's going to be a solid line because there is an equal to. Draw my line, put the arrows at the end. So now I'm going to look at the regions 1, 2, 3, and 4. On my red line, it's greater than, so I want to be above both sides. And on my green line, I want to be below both sides. And so the region that's both those two pieces is right here.